Alright, hello guys and welcome back to my channel and let's talk about the World Cup. I'm gonna be doing predictions for all the games that are gonna be played at the World Cup in the video and just in general giving you my thoughts. I am very excited. I am hopefully going to the World Cup because I have all my tickets and unless something really urgent happens last minute, I am going. But yeah, so the way the World Cup will be organized is on Wednesday. In the two groups gonna be played, Group A and Group B, and on Thursday, Group C and Group D will play, and they will have three streams at the same time, so they could show all the games. The good thing about it is we're gonna have all the streams, like all the VODs, so we'll be able to rewatch it because last year there were several games that I was really excited to, and we didn't get to see them because not everything was streamed and they didn't have any VODs to post after it, so that was unfortunate. But I was at the World Cup last year, and I was at Red Bull Sphere on Friday, the first day of the World Cup, and we were watching like two streams at the same time. Like that gave me a headache. So I don't know how we're gonna go about watching three streams at the same time. I might have an even bigger headache. Um, but yeah, let's get to predicting because we're gonna have a lot of predicting to do, aren't we? So yeah, Group A is the group of death. And because it has Blinky, it has Finbar, it has Consus, and Sheena is also really good, and CG and Swan Gambit. Yeah, this is the group of death for a reason. Um, so first game of the spreadsheet is Sheena versus Blinky. In theory, I think that Sheena can take one game out of Blinky. So I don't I feel very bad. Like the thing is like my predictions, like I'm not very good at predicting. My predictions are also a mix of things that I think will happen and a mix of things that I want to happen. Um, so I do think that Sheena might take one game of Blinky. It would be really. He took one game of Chapotic last year in him, so maybe. I will predict that Countess O Swan Gambit. I watched some of Swan Gambit gameplay because I'm not really familiar with him as a player. Um, I mean, look, like he was, I think, the strongest player at the Polish World Card, but I'm not that familiar with him to be able to like accurately predict how he will do against some of those other players. Um, Finbar, I watched the video him playing Jake Lyons on Jake's channel. He like 5K'd everything, so I think he takes this. I would love to see CG take one game out of him, maybe. Um, Sheena versus Swan Gambit. I think Sheena might take this. I don't know if it will be 2-0, but I would put Sheena as the favorite for this match. Blink versus CG. I think Blinky takes it, unfortunately. Francis versus Finbar. I think Finn might take one game out of Consus, but I do think that Consus wins. Swan versus Blinky. I would I would be very surprised if it's not a duo. Versus Sheena. I think originally when I was looking at the groups, I did think that it's like an easy win for Sheena, but like after watching that video was on Jake's channel, I don't really know. I think I have Finbar on this one, and maybe Sheena takes one game out of him. I would think Consus will 2-0 decline. Wait, what? What am I talking about? CG? That's a different people. Finn versus Van Gambit. I think this is a Finbar win. We get Consus versus Blinky on like the first day of the World Cup. This is crazy. I have to, I think, pick Blinky in this one. The problem with making it 2-1 is then Blinky needs to win an MPZ. But I don't think he can 2-0 Consus. Well, I mean, he can, but like, I don't think that's a good prediction. Like, yeah, like it's not an easy win for him. So I will stick with 2-1. I do think Blinky can take it, but yeah. I give China the win over CG, I guess. And if I'm being very generous, I don't know, like for some reason I did predictions for this. Like, I tried to make my own Excel sheet. Like I would never uh, make this spreadsheet that good. So like huge shout out to Autumn who made it and posted it on Twitter. It's like linked under his predictions. Like I would never be able to do anything like that, but I tried. I was like doing a spreadsheet for predictions before he posted it. So I had filled Group A once, and I think I had like less games won by Finbar, and then I watched the video, and like now I'm suddenly very impressed by him. So um yeah, I I think he can take one game out of Blinky, but who knows? Like on a good day, yeah. And maybe Gina can take one game out of Consus. And this puts Blinky into quarterfinals and Consus on the knockout stage and Finbar, uh, right? This is how it works. I'm looking at the wrong. And Finbar in third place. Yeah, like originally I had Sheena and Finbar switched, and I still think they might be. Um, and obviously, like, yeah, Swan Gambit realistically will not be 0-5. He might beat CG, but I put him. Yeah, maybe he will beat CG. Maybe that's a better prediction because he was. Oh wait, does it not update? Oopsie. Oh no, it updated. Yeah. So now CG has 0 wins. Like I don't. I feel bad. Like somebody has to be lost. Yeah, I think this is probably more realistic way of looking at it, but yeah, the group A is like really tough. Some people said group B is like the second group of death. I don't know if I agree with this, but also like every group is a group of death. Like I would not want to play against any of those people, especially live on stream. So group B, as much as I have not rewatched America's qualification. So I watched it live back in January when it was happening, but I have not rewatched it since. So I remember that I was really impressed with Orlando, but I don't know if I'm still that impressed to this day to think he can take the breath. So I don't think he will. Um, Beck versus Deportic. So I think even though Beck practiced a lot of moving, I think I would still predict him losing every moving game. And same with Zigzag. Like, I haven't really been watching a lot of Zigzag's streams. Like, I like lurk every once in a while, but I don't think he's like confident in his moving player abilities still. So I do think he will be losing the moving. And against Crooks, do I want to really put Zigzag as a win? He would need to win no move against Crooks in order to get to an NPC. I might. I might put it as a 2-0 for Crooks. I don't. That sounds like a maybe not good prediction. Well, as I said, Bag will be losing all the moving games in my prediction, so he will be winning basically 2-1 everybody. Debra versus Crooks. Um, maybe Crooks can take moving and everything else I still pick Debra on, even though I love rooting against Debra. But I think he, like last year, the prediction sheet that I filled, I didn't even have Debra like qualifying out of the group, just because it had some people who like I wanted to qualify over him. But yeah, like he obviously won the group last year, and um yeah. Uh, can Zigzag take a no moving game out of the Baltic? That's a good question. I think he can. Maybe. Depends on how up to speed Baltic is. I don't know what he's doing those days. Um Beg versus Deborah is, I would think Beg loses this maybe, because maybe I will put it as 2-1. Maybe Beg can win no moving. The problem is if you pick somebody to win no move, like let's say Deborah wins moving and then Beg wins no moving. Like in an MPZ, I think I would actually pick Beg, but overall it's like 2 to 3. I think it's a Deborah win. I don't. Um, Orlando seemed like a quite confident moving player, so I do think that he can pick one out of Zigzag again. Turk versus the Baltic. That will be interesting. I think the Baltic wins this. Maybe like everything is 2-1. It's just because I want it to go to an NPC. Okay, Back versus Zigzag. So the question is who I think wins moving. And I think Bag wins moving. I think I watched Made Potato and Bag do the million speedrun that take like all day. I watched like all 8 hours. Well, most of 8 hours. Was in 10 hours. Like I watched basically the entire day. And I don't think Bag is that bad at moving. So I think he takes this. Um, Maybe he takes this 2-0 because if I think he can win no move, and I think he can, that's a 2-0. Because if it takes to an MPD, surely I would have to pick Zigzag to win it, but then that's a that doesn't go to an MPD because it's best of 3. Logic and Debra. I don't know who to pick. I might take Tepotic too. I think Tepotic will take moving, and Deborah can take no moving, and NPC is a coin flip with those two, so maybe Tepotic can take it. Just again, for the reason that I like rooting against Deborah. Crooks against Orlando. I unfortunately think that Crooks takes this. Maybe even 2 this. Deborah and Zigzag, I think, is a Deborah win because surely Deborah takes moving out of Zigzag and no move. He probably, like if he takes moving, then like surely like the confident boost he will take no move too. Crooks versus Bag. I think Crooks take moving, Bag takes everything else. And the Potic versus Orlando. Let's maybe say Orlando takes moving and Potic takes everything else. Does this look correct? I don't. So this means Deborah wins the group, which is, yeah. Bag is second, and then the Potic is third. Yeah, I think I might be underestimating Zigzag by a lot. And also maybe Crooks, because I remember I was very impressed with Crooks. I did not expect basically anything from him at the EMEA, and he was really good. It was very annoying because I was not rooting for him. He was like playing too good. Um, but yeah, that was. And also, yeah, I honestly don't think Orlando has a chance against this group, but what do I know? So this looks correct. So this puts Debra into quarterfinals. We get Constance versus Depotic and Beck versus Finbar. Um, this would be like a funny combs if they played against each other. So I don't think we'll get those, but yeah, that's good. Okay, so Group C is also pretty stacked. Uh, Kratzu versus Jake Lyons. Okay, so I hope this is not the first game of Group C. I do think that Kratzu owes Jake, unfortunately. If Kratzu is gonna play like as cracked as he played EMEA, like I think it's 2-0, but maybe he's in practice, but I don't know. I doubt that. Uh, Kirania versus Radu gonna be a very interesting matchup. Kirania is a really stacked player, and obviously Radu is like on the next level. Can Kirania take no move against Radu? I think he can. Um, maybe I give him one win. Spaghetti versus Armani. I think this is an Armani win. I don't know much about Spaghetti. I haven't seen him play besides Asia Pacific regionals, and I didn't really see him play before that, so I don't really know anything about him. Maybe he can take moving game. I don't really remember how he was moving, but I don't think Armani is a moving player. Kratzu versus C. Wow, this is a crazy game one. I do think Kratzu can take one game out of Rado. But I don't think he can win this. So yeah, Jake versus Armani. I think Jake takes moving, but I do think Armani takes everything else. Kirania versus Spaghetti. I would have to put this 2-0 towards Kirania. Um, Radu versus Jake. I think Radu wins this. I don't. The problem is the format is so random. It's like 10 round high multi, so anything can happen. But yeah, I like I don't want Jake to do badly, but like yeah, I think I have to give it to Radu. Spaghetti versus Kratsu. I'm picking Kratsu on this one, and probably as a draw. Again, it's probably not fair to Spaghetti, but I don't know much about his playstyle. Armani versus Kirania. I think Kirania is more confident in moving than Armani, so Kirania takes moving. No move is a coin flip because they both cracked, so it's very round dependent. Um, Maybe I put Kirani at 2-0. Radu versus Spaghetti again. Like, no. It just, I think its default is 2-0. Kirani and Jake. Yikes. Maybe they can take the moving game against Kirania, but I do think that Kirania wins this. I don't see another really opportunity. Armani versus Kratz. So Kratz definitely takes moving, I think. Maybe he can take the move too. I don't know. Declan versus Spaghetti. I think maybe Jake can win this. I'm like severely underestimating Spaghetti, and like again, the only reason for that is I don't know him. So yeah, I don't know. I think he can win it. I hope. I didn't. I don't know if he did a video with him already, but I don't think I watched it if he did. But yeah, not sure about that one. Armani versus RC. I think I have to pick RC on this. And Kurania versus, oh my god, Kurania versus Kratsu. I think Kratsu can take moving. Uh, Maybe I will pick Kratsu Kirania 2-1 because I do think Kirania can take no move. But maybe Kratsu can come back in MPZ. What does it give us in Group C? Uh, Radu wins second place Kratsu, third place Kirania. This is probably the realistic top 3. I don't know if Kratsu and Kirania should be switched. I think, yeah. Do I switch them? Maybe not. Maybe I'll leave it like that, but yeah. So this would give us RC in the quarterfinals, and then we would have Graz and Kirania play somebody from Group D. Okay, Group D has more players that I'm not familiar with, like Mada and Jinji. So I know Mada plays La Ligue, and I've seen him in the spreadsheet for Challenge League, so he's been correct. Jinji, I have not seen anything from since the Americas, so I don't know how good he is. But I understand that he's like a no move, an MPZ player. He's not a moving player, and he doesn't play moving. He doesn't like it. That's my understanding. So okay, Foul versus Mada. Foul versus Mada. I think Foul takes moving, and maybe Mada can take no move and Foul takes an MPV. Genji versus MK. MK I also don't know much about. I besides Diana videos with him. Um, like in theory, if we only looking at Genji performance from the Americas, he should take that. But MK was cracked, and like that was recently. That's like his recent performance was really really good. He like just recently, a couple of weeks ago, won the wild card, and I don't know how up to date on everything Genji is. So maybe I can pick MK as a winner. I don't know how realistic this is. I probably pick Genji like as a winner, but maybe I make it to one. Kodiak versus Ayman. So here's the thing. I last year you asked me like who are you supporting in World Cup, I would be able to like give you one name. Like I would have to name like 3 or 4 people I would support. This year, I think Kodiak is the only player I'm like really really rooting for. Like I'm like 100%. I'm like that's my player. And like there are other players that I like Jake, like Radu, um, like Zigzag, and what am I forgetting? Like Finn and Blinky, but I am like 100% rooting for Kodiak. The problem is I saw I watched the Zigzag stream today, and he played with Kodiak, and Kodiak said that he haven't played this game in like several weeks, so I don't know. But he's so good, so maybe he doesn't need to play it. But Eamon is also a very good player, so I'm gonna be biased, and I'm gonna think mm, pick Kodiak as a winner. Maybe I make it to one, but yeah, um, I don't know. I think realistically it might be reversed, but I can't do that. I'm gonna pick Kodiak over Eamon in this matchup. Fau versus MK. I think Fau takes the moving game, and MK takes no moving game. And then an MPZ is a toss-up, and I don't know who to pick. Maybe I pick Fau. Might be a mistake either. This is a very hard group to predict. I feel like Mata versus Amon. I think I pick Amon. I think I pick Amon 2-0. Jinji versus Kodiak. So I think Kodiak easily can take moving game from Jinji. Pardon me. And maybe Jinji can take no move game from him, mm, but maybe not. Let's do it like this. This is a again a biased prediction, but it's not an unrealistic one. Like this can happen. We just need to get like a lucky seed for it to happen. I think Mata can take moving from MK, but I think MK wins on no moving MPZ. Kodiak foul. Um, I think I can make it like that. Like maybe Fungus can take one of the games from Kodiak, but like surely not. It's not a lot, right? I'm gonna It's gonna end up like a Kodiak number one. Okay, so Amon versus Jinji. Oh, that's a hard one. Wait, what? Amon versus Jinji. I haven't even thought about that. I think Amon takes moving and Jinji takes everything else. Maybe like that. That's a logical one. MK versus Kodiak. Probably gonna go like that. Surely Kodiak takes moving from MK and then maybe that's a good one. I don't want. I'm overthinking this. This is like the part where I'm cooked. And Mada versus Jinji. I think Mada might take moving and Jinji might take everything else. Um, Foul versus Amon. I probably have Amon on this one, maybe over Foul, but I definitely think he can take a game from him. Mada versus Kodiak. Ooh. Did Kodiak lose to Mada and Amy? Did it happen? I don't want to check, but surely like, this is a rematch, right? Surely. And Amon versus MK is maybe Amon 2-1. Oh wait, what did I do? Why did I put 1? Um. Okay, so Amon 2-1. Yes, that sounds correct. Okay, don't screw it up. Jinji Fao. I think Fao takes moving and Jinji takes everything else. So what is it? What does it give me as a group? Yeah, that's not realistic, is it? I think I need to change those. So at least some of those. Um, because there's no way. There's no way this is happening. Yeah. Okay, so this might be a little bit more realistic. Um, I don't know how MK ended up being lower than Eamon and Foul. Why am I underestimating? Like Amada, I don't know enough to pick him for anything. This is like same as Spaghetti. Like I'm not picking him because I don't know him that well. So yeah, Jinji, Kodik, and Eamon. So this would put Jinji in the quarterfinals, and we have Kodiak versus Kirania. Oh no. So, as a knockout stage, a knockout best of 3? Wait. Okay, so they did say that groups are best of 3 and everything else is a best of 5. So now we're predicting best of 5s games. Consus versus Topotic in the best of 5. So let's say moving game 1 goes to Consus and no moving game goes to Consus. Then maybe Topotic can take 1 moving and then no moving goes to Consus. So it would be 3-1. Oh wait, I'm in OBS. Wait, let's not click in OBS. 3-1. Karatsu versus Eman. So let's say Karatsu takes moving game. Eman takes no moving game. Karatsu takes moving game. Maybe it's another 3-1 for Karatsu. This is gonna be like left side curse. Finbar versus Bag. Again, I think Finbar can take both moving games. Bag can take. Does it go to an NPC? I don't. I think it's the Finbar win with the 2 moving games. I think it's might be 3-1, like at best. And Kodiak versus Grania. I think Kodiak takes both moving games. Maybe that's 3-2. Like I don't I don't I don't think Kodiak can win this, right? Yeah, I don't know if I want to be realistic or Delulu. Like, yeah, I think I'm gonna stick with this. Okay, so everything else is a best of 5. Oh God, so Deborah versus Consus. Deborah versus Consus. Maybe we say Consus takes both moving games, and Deborah takes one no move. Maybe that's 3-1 again. Brinkley versus Kratzu. So I do think Kratzu takes both moving games, and Brinkley takes the no move. And so maybe this is 3-1 for Kratzu. Blinky Finbar. I think this might be 3-1 for Blinky. And Godu versus Kirania, maybe we make it 3-1 again. Yes. And in the final and semi-finals, we will get Consus versus Kuratsu. Oh god. So I would have to pick Consus, I think. Maybe even as a 3-0. Again, like, with that format, anything can happen. Like, Kuratsu is definitely capable enough to take one game out of Consus, but I would love to see 3-0. And Blinky versus Radu is the repeat of last year. So, oh my god, this is like, how do you pick this? Like last year, I think Radu lost basically. Like it's not that like Blinky won that. It's more like Radu lost that because he made like 2 big mistakes. But I think it was very close, and I. Mm, okay, so I will pick Rado on this one. I will say that this is like 3-2. And yeah, okay, so again, obviously, the format is so much random that anything can happen, and I am probably a bit biased towards RC, but I think this is possible because I think if Blinky makes mistakes, like at least one mistake, like not even a mistake, like something as like a guess that he's somewhat unhappy with. That is still much better than most guesses I will ever make, but he takes it very like to the close to heart. So I think this is what happened last year. Like last year, he was so focused on the game, on like his guesses, that he won RC, but he was so unhappy with his performance, he was not locked in for consoles game. And I think this might happen like this year again. Like if it happens, I think RC can take it, because I think RC this year is much stronger than RC last year. So I think he can take it, and this would give us a consensus RC final. And I have no idea how good Consus is those days. Like, obviously, he's a very stuck player, but I haven't seen him play basically since Red Bull tournaments are over. So, like, I don't know how he's playing. So, um, I would probably pick Rado on this, but maybe we make it as a 3-2. I don't know. Is this realistic? I don't know, is my answer to that. I think it's somewhat realistic, but yeah, with the way the game is and how good all of those players are, anything can happen in this World Cup. But yeah, I think I would stick with RC as a winner for this one. And yeah, I'm very excited. Like, there's so many games I'm excited for. There's looking at predicting like every game, and you realize that there's way more games that I realized is gonna be played. I don't know like how to watch that all. Like, I think even if like even being at the World Cup, I'm just gonna have to like go home and then watch the games that I missed because I was like distracted because of 3 streams at the same time. But yeah, there's a lot of games, and there is gonna be a lot of cracked performances and guesses. So I'm excited, and thank you for watching the video, and I see you in the next video. Bye!